Well, I'll start by saying that President Zelensky of Ukraine made a staggering statement today in an interview in which he said that between 60 and 100 Ukrainian soldiers were dying every day here in the Donbas. That's from the Ukrainian president. And he said over 500 wounded are dying. It's easy to talk about statistics in war, but we have to remember that every one of those 60 to 100 soldiers have families, have parents, have husbands, have wives. And that's a huge figure. In terms of strategy, it's difficult to see that Ukraine can withstand those kind of losses in the Donbas every day. Russia, of course, has air superiority, artillery superiority. The new announcement by the Americans, they're going to send more artillery, is trying to combat that. But in terms of what happening in Donbas at the moment, President Zelensky has previously said it's hell in Donbas, but certainly very much seems to be the case, more so for the Ukrainian soldiers than for the Russians at the moment. Well, it's interesting. That's not been widely reported. I'm interested to see that that is a staggering statement to make. It was reported on a smaller American network, but it hasn't been widely reported, that statement. And I do wonder, it's a good question you ask, because I do wonder whether it was a mistake from him or whether he is trying to push for more weapons to be sent. And you're quite right, that might be the reason. But whether any of these weapons that are sent are actually going to make a difference in terms of stopping Russia taking Donbas, that's one of their major aims, of course. It's unclear whether they're going to arrive in time. It's unclear whether Russia will be able to strike those targets before they get to the front line. It's also important, and I must stress this as well, I'm here in Donetsk. I think yesterday I made a news package for Press TV about how every day Ukraine is shelling civilians in Donetsk. So it's important to point out that some of these weapons may well be used to shell civilians here in Donetsk as well.